What's up, everybody? How we doing tonight? Steve, are you ready to rock? This is our first time playing together.
Yeah, I'm gonna be really good tonight. I can feel it.
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
So I see Chewy, Max, and AJ and Asobi all here 94, 95 hours ago, having started up rooms. I'm not seeing you. Let me see. Where are you at? Where are you
You
at?
have to click. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to click L to bring the match menu up, and then you tab across to friends, and then you can join the room. It's really weird.
Can't you just jump into their ghost thing, or no?
Sometimes, but private rooms, I don't know if they show up, and I think it might only show up if you've played. See, there you go. See that it's weird. I don't understand why.
Interesting.
Like
What's up, Dude Drakes? How you doing tonight, bud? I know this is not news to anybody, but can we just talk about how much of the Splatoon music slaps?
It's really good, and I love the fact that if you play, have you played any of the single player?
Not yet.
If you play the single player, you can find golden records, and it's all of the old music.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It then plays it in the lobby area. It's really fun.
Yeah, Dude Drakes, I'm doing good tonight. We just finished up recording the Steam Deck podcast. It was like a great episode. That was a lot of fun. Got some plans after this with my lovely fiance that I'm looking forward to. It's been a good day. It's been a good day all around, I gotta say. It's been a pretty good week, actually.
And it's Friday tomorrow, so that, you know.
Yeah. Hard to be bummed on a Thursday night, right? What about you, Dude Drakes? You got anything fun going on this weekend? What about you, Steve? You got any plans this weekend?
Maybe we've all got Monday off in the UK, but there's literally nothing you can do because everything's closing.
Because of the Queen, right?
Yes, her funeral on Monday. So, well, this
is that why you have off?
Yes.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a funeral on Monday, and so everything's closed, so everyone can mourn and view the funeral and pay respects to the Queen and stuff.
Well, I'm glad you got a day off. Perfect day to play Splatoon.
I think what I'm gonna do is make donuts, so I'm looking forward to that. Because I've always wanted to make donuts, and I've never made them.
Oh, nice, dude. Me too. That's what Bake Show's got me wanting to do that. Yo, you got episode 1 out already, right?
Yeah, have you not got it yet?
No, it drops on Friday.
Oh, yeah, Chris, you're friends with me on Switch, right? Just drop in. The password is 48 if you want to join.
Yeah, join us, please. And very nice getting to see your partner this weekend. That's always fun.
Yeah, it came out Wednesday, Pete, so it was Cake Week this week.
Nice.
It was a good episode.
Sweet.
We've already got like our favorite.
You got a favorite already?
Yeah, and we've got ones that I can't.
Oh, son of a bitch! I hate playing on maps I don't know yet.
Did you go in the wall? Sir?
I sure did. That was stupid.
How are you liking Splatoon 3 anyway, Chris?
Ooh.
You picked it up today. What mode have you been playing?
Yeah, how far in are you? If you just picked it up today, have you gotten? Like, have you been mostly doing multiplayer? You been getting in on the single player stuff? What's the vibe?
I'm so cold today. I gotta say I hate when you came.
Okay, like actually cold. I was about to say, do you mean like in general, or like you're like, ah, man, my Splatoon game, I'm fucking cold today.
My Splatoon game is not on point yet. I do not know this map at all. This is a Splatoon 1 map.
Yeah, I don't know this map at all.
I did not have a Wii U.
Oh, fuck. Okay, awesome. Yeah, Chris said not played it yet, only the intro, so it's all new. Well, that's great. We're happy to shepherd you a bit. Ugh! This is pissing me off. The shield.
Right, we got all new ground to water now. To ink. Oh no! I just walked in the water.
Get. Yo, okay, that was about to really make me upset.
We've not done too hot though.
No. Ah, son of a bitch! I totally misaimed that. I was trying to use my special to get away. I just clinged to a wall right next to the guy who was trying to kill me. Oh boy, this is a warm up. Yeah, you know what? You're right, Tamberwolf. We do got to get good. This is a piss poor showing. This is the warm up, though, right?
Tamber, get in here. Help us out.
I don't think she's got it.
What? Too busy playing Elden Ring for the 6th time.
Who could blame her, though? You know. It's your game of the year. You didn't even finish it.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, God!
If I had infinite money, I would buy this game for you. I hope the situation changes soon.
Dude,
Jazzy, why are you making me?
that was bad. We just got our fucking teeth kicked in.
It's okay, Pete, because I just ate a mint arrow, so I think.
Oh,
I
dude,
think we're gonna do it.
really threw that one in my face, huh? I would love a mint
Jasper
arrow.
likes mint, so I think he can taste the mint on my hand.
He's like, let's fucking go here.
Yeah. Have you got Splatoon 2 though, Tiara?
La 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 la.
Oh, bananas first. Which Pete doesn't have
I
set
don't.
up, but will.
It's still broken. Here, you know what? You're first! Yay! Look at you! You're a winner! You're so special!
It's even better.
It's even better. You don't get to see the rainbows fly, but in spirit, that's
This is my favorite color because it reminds me of Nickelodeon, and it's like Nickelodeon gunge that
Yes.
I'm spreading everywhere. It's so fun.
I also feel that way about the really green one, where it's like it just looks like slime. It's like, oh, we're on Slime Time Live over here, baby. Let's go. Legends of the Hidden Temple. Yeah, sorry, Banana, but you're first in spirit, you know? It is busted on my rig. It works on Steve's.
Banana, the password's the same as yesterday, by the way. If you can remember.
Yeah, we still have a spot. I really like this map.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites.
No worries, Banana. Yeah, we'll probably still be going in an hour, but no promises on that one. It's, trying to make sure that, Steve's not up until 1 in the morning tonight.
I don't mind. I'm in the living room, so I'm actually comfortable.
Cool. Then, yeah, maybe we will be then.
Until Sarah comes and drags you away.
Yeah, that's true.
She's like, get off that.
Yeah, excuse me. We got stuff to do.
She's like, I need my husband, Steve.
Please. She'll be like, oh, you're keeping him busy? Great, I'm gonna go play video games. Don't have his ass bothering me.
Oh, I fucking love the reef slide. Have you tried out the aero spray yet? Honestly, it's got the best special in the game. It's so fun.
No, I haven't. Which one?
The aero spray MG. It's got the reef slider special, and I just love it. One set of the Julies has it too. And it's my favorite.
Wow. They really walked into the water rather than give me the kill. What a son of a bitch.
Look in the water, you get a quicker respawn.
Oh,
so
really?
that's,
Okay.
That's the way to go.
That was a pro play then.
It is.
Sierra has beef with us over the last episode of Nintendo Noise. What did we do?
What did we do?
What did we do?
Was it because it wasn't a B? It wasn't an S rank? Is that what it was?
No, Sierra didn't think it was great either. So I don't know. One of us did something though. What did we do? What did we do? All good, Chris.
Oh yeah, it makes you do all of that bullshit at the beginning.
Do. Yo, Sierra, if you had given me 600 guesses, I wouldn't have guessed that was the thing that you had beef with us about. No,
I said it was a franchise. I said it was its own thing.
Well, no, but Sierra said that I've never played it, and that's where the surprise is coming from.
Yeah, but then she said you all have never even heard of it.
It's true.
Don't bring me into this.
I've never heard of it. I'm totally, yeah. And like, it feels like one of those things. Oh yeah, so see, she said it's always been Final Fantasy. So you don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't know it was only Final Fantasy, but I knew it was its own thing.
So what we've proven is that we all knew nothing collectively.
Do you know though why it's got a different name in Europe? Like, what's that about?
I'm gonna blame Europe for that one.
Yeah, it's probably something to do with
there's other stuff, but it's just me being a hater.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So it's got some good games and then Final Fantasy. Is that what you're saying?
Hi, Asobi. Asobi, I swear to God, it's like every stream now just comes out of the woodwork to just be like, where's RE2?
Oh, come on, please do RE2 soon,
Steve, I
that.
literally said I would do it, and you said you wanted to do it with me, so we need to plan it around when you're going to be on stream. And I was like, oh, do you want to stream this with me? And you're like, yeah, great.
You said Splatoon.
No, I know, it was I suggested it, but you could have easily been like, oh, let's do RE2. I'd have been like, oh, yeah, there we go, let's do that.
Let's do RE2. Let's spin this off right now. Let's do
I don't have it installed.
What are you doing?
So here's what we're gonna do, Asobi. Steve and I will talk this week, and maybe we do it. Maybe we do like a FlipScreen Friday. How about that, Steve? How about that?
I'm fine for that.
Maybe we do it tomorrow.
You're doing an assisted. Don't forget we've got to record FlipScreen Games podcast tomorrow.
That's true. But I mean, are you busy? Like after?
I am not. I'm gonna call this tomorrow, so I don't know.
All right, TBD. Maybe we do it tomorrow. If not, we'll start it next week or something. How's that sound? I did say about halfway through September we'd start it. We're officially halfway through September, so I gotta get our act together on this one.
Maybe I will finish Elden Ring, but I also, Sierra, I swear you said you were gonna stream, stream Resident Evil 2. I want to see that.
I will, but we said we were gonna do it together.
No, not you. Sierra said she was gonna.
Oh, okay.
Are you playing as Claire or Leon first?
I'll let Asobi pick since he bought it for me. Yeah, maybe it is installed. Maybe I do have it installed on my Steam Deck. I don't remember if I did now.
Wow.
Fuck!
Okay.
God, I'm playing like garbage. You'd have to do it via PS5 and internet is ass ATM.
Does that work with like stream elements on PS5 like it does on Xbox? You started as Claire. Claire's a good one. You like Claire A, Leon B? I've never done that route. I'm always Leon A, but that's probably because I think Leon's hot.
When I did my first playthrough, I started as Leon because that was like it looked like it was like Leon on the left, Claire on the right, and I was like, I guess I'll be him first. I don't know, whatever, sure.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to go Claire though, so.
Yeah, okay. Do the Claire one then.
Damn, like y'all put me on blast here, huh? Would pick the scariest one.
Pete, swap your weapon out. 300 points is shocking.
Yeah, I'm doing bad.
Get the arrow spray.
You know what? I can't. I literally just I gotta. I wish they would let you do that. I want to change it. Like I agreed to the match, and then now I'm like, oh.
We've been booted now, so because the maps have changed, so you can go shopping.
We'll see, Asobi. Yeah.
Go buy the arrow spray MG while we're booted. I'm gonna see what clothes they've got now.
Do I already have it?
No, Pete's doing the B run. As far as I'm concerned, you've not finished the game until you've played both sides.
Steve, I don't want to hear that from you when you didn't fucking do you didn't do that with Undertale. Okay? You don't get to play that card against me when you don't play any of the games I want you to play.
It's extremely different to Undertale. It's a totally different story. Claire goes to different places than Leon does. You see different parts of Raccoon City.
Whatever.
It's not just a different ending. It's like a different game you play.
Whatever.
There's rooms that Leon goes in that Claire can't get in.
Fine. Oh my god, I hate this guy. He never shuts up. Yeah, Timberwolf, I am through the roof stoked for Tears of the Kingdom. Would you want me to get, Steve?
Right. We're all gonna have Tears on Mondays.
Arrow spray?
Arrow spray MG, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll try it.
Alright, 1 second. I'll be right back.
Go for it. Yes, I agree. B lets you run. B run lets you one, see what is missing from Claire, and then B run also locks the last part of the game. Okay. All right. I mean, I'm not against it. You know, I'll do A and B, I guess, if the time allows. That's cool. How's this guy work? Oh. Ooh, I like this. This is a much better gun. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, I know usually like when a video game has an offensive title, or a title that's offensive to European sensibilities, right, Sierra? Like, they'll just change it in that, like Lilat Wars or whatever, like Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. But yeah, I can't believe that they were so offended by Link murders the Queen with a real gun that like we had to change the name. Wild, Steve demolished the room. Oh my god. Oh my god, guys. Oh, that's this one. Okay. I think I'm gonna like this. This is efficient. Yes. The frames are all fatal. There's a franchise I can't believe came back, huh? Alright, let's see. I guess I'll set up a room. Now that Steve's abandoned us. Get in here. Come on and join. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, here, I'll switch to full cam while we wait for Steve. I think that's the thing, Timberwolf, like, when it comes to, like, there's just so many games that come out now, like, not everything's going to be for you, It's like, whenever I, like, look at one of those events, like, I always feel like for me, the benchmark of, like, a good presentation is if every type of person in the audience can walk away with, like, 1 or 2, maybe ideally 3 games that you're really excited about. Because beyond that, right, like, it's like, you're not going to like everything. And, like, there are always going to be, like, trends in the market, like we always have, Like, we were joking about how a couple weeks ago, like, now, right, you said the farm or, like, JRPG, like, anime-style games. But like we were joking a couple weeks ago with Jeff Keighley's thing, how it's like every game is like a space sci-fi horror thing, you know, and there's just like there's so many of those kind of like unintentional trends in gaming, right? Like a game or an idea or a style will hit, and then you have all these people that are influenced and make something reactive to it. Yeah, and it's funny to see how that happens, right? Yes, right? Yeah, the year where every big game had a bow, that was a thing for sure. Yeah, yeah. It happens. There was like that period after Skyrim where like everything became an open world game, right? Definitely happens. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, right? Like, I don't know. I guess I kind of see what you mean, Sierra, but I also find like I feel like I'm never hard up for games to play, you know? Like right now I'm juggling like 4 or 5 games at a time, you know?
That's because you keep playing old ones. That's why.
No, not even true. Like all the game. I mean, like Spider-Man's old, but like I'm juggling Rollerdrome, Cult of the Lamb, you know, Multiverses, Splatoon 2, like or 3. Those are all new games, you know. Because, like, don't get me wrong, I totally get it. Like, there can be those moments where, like, you do feel frustrated that, like, a trend is emerging that doesn't speak to your sensibilities. But, yeah, I feel like that's where, like, you gotta, you know, sometimes it comes down to challenging yourself to try new things that you thought you might not be open to, you know? Like, I know that was a big thing for me and Steve. Last year and even this year, I guess for Steve more so, right? Where like last year our game of the year was Metroid, and you know we don't really like Metroidvanias historically, and Steve got into Souls-like games this year, and there's definitely stuff like that, where like sometimes it's good to try to like push outside of your comfort zone, but I feel like beyond that, it's like going back to old favorites, looking for indies, you got to just find, like, what's the thing you can do that'll, like, put you through till the next big release, the next thing that is really, like, really your bag,
So, but you got to finish that up, though, because did you see the new Resident Evil footage in today's Capcom presentation? Oh, you're going to want that in December.
Yeah, and like that's a big thing too. Sierra is like, like you said, the thing about like not getting like too like high on your own hype, I think is important. It's like I like that aspect of gaming, like that, like as somebody who like podcasts and everything, right? Like we have so much fun talking about the speculative stuff and like what's coming next and how is this gonna turn out, and like I definitely I get folks who don't like that shit and like have that kind of like exhaustion of just like there's so much promising, and like there's so much that doesn't turn out the way that you want it to, right? So I'm like, I totally fair play. Like I totally get that. But I think for me in like a fucked up morbid way, like that's part of the fun, As much as I love playing games, I also love talking about them and like, getting excited about fucking stupid commercials and stuff. So, like I totally get that. Oh, cool, you beat Dread the other day? Hell yeah. That game rules, That game completely exceeded. Oh, I didn't switch the screen back! Oh my god. That's so silly. My bad. You didn't miss too much. We won, though. I think. Maybe? Just in time to clinch the victory. It was intentional at first, Banana, but I totally forgot. I totally forgot to switch it back when Steve jumped in. Yeah, right. I'm trying to popularize a new kind of stream where you don't show the gameplay and you just look at me, you know? Of course, I didn't show it, and that's like the best game I've had all day. Oh, all right, let's let some folks join up. Yeah, Steve, you were right. I really, really like this this weapon. Steve? Where'd he go? He was just here. Okay. And he's still in chat, so he must have just walked away. The queen came for him. Wow, Steve and I, number 1 and 2. You're speaking, Steve? I can't hear. I didn't touch anything. It's got to be on your end. There's no sound coming through on Discord. I can see like there's no highlight around your screen. So you did something. It's his moment of silence. Yeah, you're right. Right, exactly, Asobi. Are you back, Steve? Uh-oh.
Hello?
Oh, there he is.
God knows what's going on with Discord.
I really like how I just really broke that whole last game, right? It was like I forgot to switch back to the gameplay that you cut out by the end. And, of course, that was our best game all night so far. You and me in first place together.
That was a nice evenly matched game.
What was that?
For the first time. But now that was a nice evenly matched game. But now we've got 4 players and Bananas on our team, so we're going to win.
Let's do it. Yeah, we got Banana and Chris in the mix.
Yeah, Banana's a machine. He joined me yesterday, and we had someone who joined the game, who was also really good, and they went 1-on-1, and it was a moment.
Well, I did a lot better with this gun. I like this gun a lot, Steve.
That's great. This is the like top gun at the moment.
Yeah. I can see why. The spread is really good.
Great spread. It's decent in terms of attack power, and it's got a really good special.
Damn, I really thought I was about to run in there and save you, Steve.
It's phenomenal.
Like, what is this? I don't understand what's happening right now. Okay, that's a weird special.
What, the reef slider?
I guess. No, not that one. The whatever. It was like just like these weird little waves were like happening, like pulses.
Oh, that's like yeah, it's like pulses that will attack you.
Yeah, and it's just like I don't understand like what the point of origin is. Oh my god.
Banana, no, I don't think it's got sound thing.
No, I do. It's turned on.
Okay, that's.
It's just first that's broken. We set it up.
I'm glad no one used it.
Okay.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll do an overlay in Stream Elements like I've done for the shows for you.
This is pissing me off. Yeah, that would be great.
I burnt my finger on putting my bread in the oven.
Did you see what Asobi said? They mentioned this to me the other day when I was playing. He jumped into a couple games with you on like launch day and you didn't notice.
I did notice.
Oh, okay.
I think I noticed.
It's funny, Asobi. I feel like you're literally always online. Like every time I jump in, you're there and like have a room, and I'm like, oh, let me join Asobi's room, and then you're like not actually there. Like you're like off. I don't know where you are. Off in the ether.
I think it's because it makes it look like they're online, but I had that with Ray yesterday, and he wasn't actually online. The game showed his ghost of
yeah.
He was doing 19 hours ago, and I'm like, why?
Why are you showing me this? Yeah, I've had that exact same thing happen. That happened earlier. Did we win? We might have won. Yeah, baby. Number 1 home base inker.
I haven't played Table Turf yet.
It's fun.
I keep getting packs from the catalog lady.
There we go. Yeah. This is much better. This is a much better weapon for me.
It's such a stressful situation. It all happened at once, Pete. Macaulay came in. Jasper started throwing up on the carpet.
Oh, no.
And my bread needed to, like, go in the oven. Oh, no, don't. Oh, no, the cat. He's just greedy, and I put food down, and he eats it all in one go.
You gotta get him. You gotta get him one of those toy feeders. Yeah, they can't eat as fast, and then they don't throw up.
Oh God, he just like gobbles it all up. I don't think Pete's watched the state of play yet, but
Hey.
I thought it's weird to show a game that's coming out in 2024 that's not first party, and somehow it's still on PlayStation 4, even though it's coming out in 2024.
Which game was that?
So that was weird. I can't remember which one it is. I think it's the one that looks like Ghost of Tsushima 2, but it's actually not.
Oh, okay.
And then the God of War trailer. It's God of War.
All right, hold on one sec. I just want to say, before we get too more deep into this conversation, what's up, Earth Visit? Thanks for coming and hanging out. How you doing? It's been a minute.
Hey.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
And I thought the God of War controller looked disgusting.
Yeah, I haven't watched the whole thing yet. I'm gonna watch it later. We're doing an episode like catching up on everything tomorrow. So yeah, we're gonna do that.
I think for me, when it comes to like controllers, I don't want the logo of the game on there. I want it to be styled like something from the game, right?
Yeah, I guess
But
it depends
I
on the
don't-
logo,
I don't
but
want
like,
the
yeah.
logo.
Like, who's, like, looking at the God of War logo like, that's what I need? Oh, hell yeah. Just got Splatoon. Very nice. Love to see that.
Oh, they got Tacticooler. I like those.
Yeah, the Animal Crossing Switch is a good one. I am very partial to the Spider-Man PS4 Pro that they did. I think that's one of the best custom consoles I've ever fucking seen. That was awful. That was awful.
The Animal Crossing Switch was great. The Animal Crossing 3DS was great. The Splatoon new Splatoon Switch looks phenomenal.
The Pro controller is
I
cool.
love the gradient on the controllers. I don't know. I just do not like just a logo on there. I think it looks.
It just feels lazy.
Cheap.
You know, like it's like
Yeah.
it's not very motivating. Especially when like controllers ain't cheap, you know?
And I hate that it's
This is a bad
always
one.
the non like elite or pro controller as well. It's always the
Well, that's why no,
base
it has
controller.
to be that though, because otherwise they're not gonna sell any. You know what? You're gonna buy a $100 collector's controller? Like, I don't know. It prices more people out of it though. You know? Like I guess I'm with you with the idea of like having that be an option, but I feel like if you're like, oh no, like every branded cool controller is a pro controller, then it's like there's a certain, you know, level of gamer that's just like never gonna get one. You know?
Oh, that's fair. Oh, you know, I also liked the Forza Horizon controller and the Halo Elite controller though. Like, while we're talking about it, that thing looks fucking amazing.
That was a cool one, yeah. I like controllers like that more. Like I have the Xbox 20th anniversary one. I like that one a lot. That was cool. The Spider-Man PS4 controller was cool.
PlayStation 20th anniversary ones.
Oh, that was so dope,
Oh,
yeah. The Sea of Thieves controller.
Oh yeah, that one looks so good. With the glowing greeny color.
Oh, the Ghostbusters the multiplayer game,
Oh,
the like asynchronous multiplayer thing. Yeah, I feel like Ghostbusters is a really good IP for that type of game. And yeah, it is kind of surprising, I guess, that we didn't get more Kingdom Hearts 4. But I'm also kind of surprised we've seen as much of it as we have. So that's one of those ones. It's like that game could come out in 2 years or 10. But yeah, yeah, I know, Sobe. I'm a little behind this week. I've been on the busy side.
oh yeah,
The
the
PS4
20
million,
edition, that was a cool one as
yeah,
well.
that was really cool.
The like see-through
Uh-huh.
blue with the like nice rose goldy copper color.
Shit like that is
Oh, so good.
just really, truly tight, you know? Like, that's the kind of shit I like. Like, I like when it's more subtle.
Oh, you fucker putting up a rain
Yeah.
You think Kingdom Hearts 4 in 2024? I think a lot of people will be disappointed.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I really don't know what a reasonable timetable is, you know? Like, you say that, and I'm like, yeah, like, that could be true. But it's like, I don't know. There's like...
I don't know.
There's...
Square's putting out 600 games a year at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah. I don't know. You could be right. You
Just
could be
squeeze
right.
Another one in for Mickey.
But it's like between that and like the 7 remake stuff, and I don't know. It's just like there's so much going on. It's like I could easily see Kingdom Hearts 4 be a thing that like we see that trailer and then we don't hear about it again for like 2 years.
Is Kingdom Hearts made by the Final Fantasy team? Is it the same team?
Not like necessarily one for one in terms of like overall, but Nomura, the creator of Kingdom Hearts, was the lead director on Final Fantasy 15, and then that continued for 7 remake. Oh, Nomura's off the 7R team. Okay, I didn't realize that. Interesting. You'd take a bet on it being outlet? I mean, I'll tell you what, Asobi. You couldn't get me to take a bet on a Kingdom Hearts game coming out. I'll tell you that. Right? Like, I've been a Kingdom Hearts fan long enough to know they will tell me this. They will tell me a lot about this game well before I ever actually see it. So, like, I hope you're right, but it's tough to say.
This is like a well evenly matched match. I'm almost at 2,000.
Oh, you'd bet on it
Fucking
not
nuts.
being out next year. Okay, yeah, I'm with you. That too, right? You never even know, right? They could be like, oh yeah, there's like 6 Kingdom Hearts games that come out between 3 and 4. Like between 2 and 3, where we just got like 15 years of side games. And I beat Kingdom Hearts 2 when I was like a barely pubescent boy. And then Kingdom Hearts 3 came out when I was like a nearly 30-year-old man. So, I don't know. I hope you're right. Missing Link is the only other Kingdom Hearts game coming out before 4. That's cool. I like that. I appreciate that. Because that's
What about all of the
also what I want.
What about all of the like rhythm games? Alright, I'll be back in just a sec.
Now he's asking me about rhythm games, and he just leaves. You kidding me? See what I got to put up with? Nomura is literally Sora's dad. Yeah, he's like Miyamoto, right? Hello. I'm Mario's dad. I only played Kingdom Hearts 1 a bit, so I'm nowhere near a knowledgeable fan, but I will play Kingdom Hearts as soon as they release it on Switch in a non-class. So never, okay. Yeah, I have played every Kingdom Hearts release except for Birth by Sleep. Which was it? The one on PSP, where you played as Aqua, Terra, and Ven. I didn't have a PSP at the time it came out because someone stole mine, and I never got it replaced. So I was not able to play that one. And it's been re-released, I think, on the collections and stuff, but I've never played it. So I don't really know those characters as well as I could. Birth by Sleep. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I mean, here's my thing with that, Tamara I definitely agree in the context of the Nintendo Switch. Like, if Xbox wants to keep doing it, that's cool, right? Like, I think Xbox's whole, like, yeah, cloud gaming is like a free thing you get with Game Pass because it's not good enough to charge for, is like is about as comfortable as I am with that as a thing, you know? Because, like, the fact that they're out here charging full price, like full boxed price for these trash cloud games, are just, it's no good for me. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's tough for me because, like, I think we're a really long time away from a point where streaming is at all, like, viable as a solution. But Jesus, but I definitely think, you know, there's I think it's pretty inevitable that at some point it's going to be a segment of the market, and, you know, if you can like take advantage of it in ways that are, like, you know, improving your ability to engage with games in a meaningful way, like, I'm interested in that application of it. Like, I really like the idea of being able to be like I really like the idea of, you know, I'm playing Spider-Man on my PlayStation 5 right now, and I go out of town, and I want to play it on my Steam Deck or my iPad or something, and I can stream it to a mobile device from my PlayStation, right? And, like, take advantage of the fact that the processing is being done in the cloud, so I don't need, like, an expensive, you know, high-end handheld to, like, operate it remotely. I think things like that are interesting applications. Like, that's what Xbox is trying to achieve with it, right? Or the idea that, like, you know, somebody who lives in, you know, maybe, like, a market where, like, there's not a lot of, like, console availability, right? Like, but, like, everybody has mobile phones, like, pretty much everywhere in the world, you know? Like, I think about, like, parts of, like, you know, Africa or, like, South America where, like, consoles are super fucking expensive, and the idea that, like, you could be somebody who maybe lives in, like, Brazil where, like, console prices are through the roof, and maybe you can't afford a PlayStation 5 because it's, like, $800, but you have a phone and you could get Game Pass on your phone, or you could get the PlayStation launcher on your phone and stream games to it. Like, I think that's where the applications get interesting for me, is like, how do you democratize gaming through the cloud, right? And through streaming. Like, how do you make gaming more accessible to folks that can't afford to invest in, you know, a high-powered machine dedicated to running games? I like that idea of it, right? But with where it's at right now, like, the idea of, like, pushing it on Switch and being like, yeah, hey, like, we're going to charge, you know, a full $60 boxed price for this game that does not run on the hardware is, like, I think pretty gross, you know, if I'm being real. Oh, wait, no.
Oh, no.
Our room got busted. I'm making a new one. Oh, there's no password. Just come back.
All right. I'm gonna check on my bread while we're waiting then.
Everybody join back up. Yeah, like the Kingdom Hearts one feels particularly egregious because like it's like PlayStation 2 games, right? Like you can get those games to run natively on Switch if you put the work in. They didn't want to though, you know? So they're like, "Oh, we'll take the, you know, next gen, quote unquote, the modern version we have of it and do a cloud." But it's just weak. It's really disingenuous, I think, to market that like it's a full release.
What about the Resident Evil stuff, which is current gen?
What about
it? Solution for it to run on.
Chris, you hopping back in?
On Switch.
I'm gonna give you another minute.
It's because I wasn't in there. He's friends with me.
Oh, okay. You should be able to join us now. Also, send me a friend request if you want. Steve, what were you asking about Resident Evil?
So, like, last gen, right? But what about, like, you were talking about PS2 games, making them stream. But what about stuff like Resident Evil, where it's a current gen game?
You should accept that it can't run on the Switch and don't release it. You know? Hot take.
What if it, say, Xbox was allowed to release xCloud on the Switch, and you could stream all of those? Would you be okay with that if it's like a subscription-based service and you're sort of renting the game?
I think that's the kind of thing where I would feel differently about it, right? Because I think it comes back to what I was saying earlier when you stepped away. I think that Xbox's approach to cloud gaming is the right one, because right now cloud gaming, streaming games, whatever you want to call it, is not a good experience for most people who use it. So the idea that like of charging for that as like a full product or as like any kind of service where I'm spending money for that experience, I don't think that's worth it at all. But them offering it as a hey, like you pay for Game Pass and part of that is you get access to Xbox Cloud Gaming, like that's fine, right? Because I'm not paying for cloud gaming. That's just happens to be a thing I get as a benefit of the service. So like if Switch was going to be like, hey, like, you know, starting in 2023, like you can get, you know, the Xbox xCloud app and you can stream your Xbox or Game Pass games to your Switch, like that would be fine. Because even if it's a subpar experience, if I'm not paying for it, then I don't care, right? Like, that's reasonable. If you're going to offer me something for free and it sucks, then it's like, all right, well, whatever, right? Like, I'm beta testing it for you while you try to work out the kinks, and maybe eventually you charge for it, you know? So, I think that's different than being like, hey, you can get Kingdom Hearts on Switch now. And anyone who doesn't know that the cloud gaming experience is bunk is going to buy that game thinking that it runs on Switch, and then, you know, it doesn't, right? Or, like, they get on a plane or whatever, and they're like, oh, I got to be online for this? Like, fuck, you know? We know that because we're deeply invested in the ecosystem, but the average consumer who just sees that Kingdom Hearts or Resident Evil is on the eShop, they're not going to know it doesn't run, you know? And I think that's pretty disingenuous.
Yeah, I agree. I actually quite preferred the system they did with that Resident Evil 7 experiment like 3-4 years ago, where it was a rental system and you paid for the time that you used. Like, it should be pay for a month's worth of time on this. It costs you like $15, and then, you know, if you don't finish the game, you can carry on paying, or if you do finish the game, then great.
I just wish they wouldn't. I just don't think they should do it. I think they need to accept that the Switch is not a console that can run every game, and like that's okay. You know, like if Nintendo wants to have, you know, more modern, like AAA type experiences on the Switch, they need to.
They need a new console.
Yeah, they need to put out a new console, and they need to build it with that in mind, and not be like, no, it doesn't matter that we're not the strongest console. And it's like, you're right, it doesn't matter. But if that's gonna be your, you know, if that's how you're selling things, then like, don't try. right? Like I don't want to see ports of games that don't fucking run. Like I don't want to see like a million compromised 30 FPS versions of games that look better on every other platform. Like just don't do it, you know? Shit. Thanks for the heads up before, by the way.
Alexa, stop.
Got your ass. Oh no! There was another one. No! Oh.
Yeah, this seems good. Banana, I'm gonna swap my weapon for next time. Maybe after this next one.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, Sierra. Like, I know that gamer exists, but I don't interact with somebody that feels that way often, right? Where it's like the Switch is your only console and you're like, man, I really wish Far Cry 6 was on it, right? Like, I feel like the type of person that wants to play those games owns an Xbox or a PlayStation or a PC or whatever, and then they also have a Switch for Nintendo games and indies and JRPGs and stuff that's more at home on the Switch, right? I don't know. That's just me though, right? Like I don't mean to speak for everybody. Like I know that there are plenty of people that play games very differently than the way that I play them. So like I try to remove my bias from that kind of conversation, but I can't imagine that there's somebody that wants to play those games on Switch so bad that they're like, yes, I will suffer through the cloud version on purpose. You know? I'm kind of surprised people still put them out. Like, are they selling? Like, what's the sales on these fucking games, you know? Like, who's playing?
I don't even think it matters what the sales are really, because they probably take so little amount of money to make.
I guess, yeah.
Because it's just the PC version running in the cloud. So, and like a company's coming to them and saying, we can do this for you, and it's like, okay.
That makes sense, yeah. Could be. Oh, man. Oh, wait, I'm back.
My bro. I'm going to post a picture in the food channel on Discord if everyone wants to see.
For your bread? Steve?
Yeah, just got out of the oven.
Oh, nice.
Yeah?
I think we have a little bit of lag.
Yeah, I think so too. It's like it's gone red.
Whoa! No! Oh, damn it. Yeah. And for me, like, that's kind of always been the thing, right? Sierra is like, that's kind of always been what I use my Switch for, and that's like when I think of handheld gaming, like that's the stuff I want to play on handheld. Is like we were having a whole debate about this on the Steam Deck podcast, where like Steve
had this conversation, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Where like Steve really likes playing, like bigger like AAA open world checkboxy kind of games on Steam Deck, and I really don't. You know, I don't really want big AAA experiences on like a handheld machine. Like it's just it doesn't feel like the way to play them in my mind, you know. So like I'm with you where like I'm really kind of always looking for like what's the next either like, you know, Nintendo original or like a hot new indie that I'm going to play over there, you know? And like now that I have the Steam Deck, like that's even becoming less the case because, you know, a lot of the games that I'm interested in have either like not come to Switch yet or they run better on Steam Deck because it's a little more powerful. And, you know, I don't know. Like, I'm certainly not, like, a huge graphics guy, but I've definitely become a big performance guy now that I have, you know, these next-gen consoles that have spoiled me, And like I kind of am like, yeah, like I don't really want to play games in 30 FPS anymore. And I used to like Steve and I used to bang the drum all the time about how it didn't really matter that much, and there were like certain kinds of games where you didn't really notice it, and whatever, right? And like I don't feel that way anymore.
Sierra, what's tomato toast? Is it like cheese on toast but tomato?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you, Asobi. It's like I want in between bits where it's just me running around or whatever between the story points, play it on handheld.
Yeah.
Like, stuff like
I get that.
Days Gone has been absolutely perfect for handheld because there's so much driving that bike around, going and taking out hordes, doing all of that stuff. It's been great. I've had such a good time with it. And I played Resident Evil 3 Remake on Steam Deck as well, and that was a really great experience. Yeah, like so many grindy games that you play on handheld. I want to play Persona 5 on handheld. I'm trying to get Windows to run on my Steam Deck so I can play PC Game Pass and play Persona 5 Royal.
Okay. Steve, you're back in the group, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah.
It's tomatoes on toast. That looks really good, though.
Yeah, so because it's interesting, right? You bring up Xenoblade 2, Asobi, and like I wanted to play Xenoblade 3 handheld, and I just hate the way it looks, so I like don't play it that way. Like I only play it docked because I think the resolution is it's rough. It's like 540, and I just don't want to play games like that, To me, it's like the convenience factor of playing it in handheld doesn't outweigh the compromise I have to make to not play it in a way that like looks appealing or feels good, or whatever. And I know that line is different for everybody else, and like I know like I'm more sensitive to it than Steve is, right? So like, I totally hear what you guys are saying for sure. And it's a thing that I think I thought I felt that way, and the more I try to use my Steam Deck that way or like play experiences like that on Switch, like it just doesn't work for me as well as I want it to, I'm more comfortable playing those games on PlayStation or Xbox, like on my TV in my living room.
I think it's a screen size thing, and you just want to experience the cinematics on a big screen, and that's fine. But I do think games that are less, I don't know, story driven, or more about like the action and stuff, I think can work really well. A AAA game like that on Steam Deck.
Yeah, and we talked about it on Steam Deck show this week. Even if you're not a Steam Deck owner, I think if you like this conversation, you should check that episode out. Because I want to try it more. Like, I want to try to be more open about it, and yeah. And, like, that's a great point, Asobi, right? Like, the whole, like, durations where there's not story stuff. I think that's a great example of, like, what I want that experience to be easier. Like, one of the things we were talking about is, like, that's why I really want more cross progression, because it would be great to be able to be like, oh, I'm playing Spider-Man, and like, there's like big story driven stuff right now that I'm doing, so I want to be on TV, and I want to have, like the better frame rates and experience all the cinematics and all that shit. But then when it's like, oh, I'm doing like the bases, or I'm like doing like the Taskmaster challenges or whatever, right? Like that shit I wouldn't mind doing in handheld mode and like not, having that or that experience or whatever. But even so, like I think about that shit and I'm like, man, but like that game feels so much better at 60 FPS than at 30. Like a lot better.
But are we trying to like at 40? Would that be fine?
I don't know. I haven't.
What did I play at 40? The other Insomniac game.
Days. Oh, so you played Days Gone at 40. I remember.
That's at 30. That will not run at 40 on Steam Deck. But I played Ratchet & Clank has a 40 FPS mode if your screen supports 120 hertz. And then you can have like full fidelity and ray tracing.
See, I tried.
New Last of Us Part 1 has that.
I tried that on Spider-Man, and I just didn't think it looked as good as the 60. It's like I'd rather have
Have
the.
they got 40 mode on that? Well,
Yeah, they do. Or at least I think they do. I put it
I
in
think they
the.
had a 30 mode on that.
They have a 120 hertz supported mode like that, and I think it is the 40. Like, it goes down to 40 to achieve that. And they even have a performance ray tracing mode where it's like, oh, it's 60, but you still get ray tracing and some of those other things, but like the character density is a little less, some things like that. And I was like, this still feels slower. Like it feels like it's trying to keep up, rather than just being crisp. And I totally agree, Tamara Wolf. Like I always go performance mode now. Like it's just my default. Like I'd rather have 60 FPS locked than anything else. Yeah, I definitely see what you're saying, Asobi. One of the things that we talked about on today on Steam Deck is like there's this thing you can install to set up PlayStation 5 game streaming on Steam Deck, and it works right through your router. So I am going to try that because I think that might be the solution for me. Where like, oh, cool, like I can.
But do you remember what it's called, Pete? That's the question.
I Googled it and put the search results up. I don't remember what it's called, but I know it's named after a Danganronpa character.
Huh. It is Chiaki.
Chiaki, that's it. I listen when you talk, Oh, come on.
For God's sake.
Fuck's sake.
Splatoon never changes.
Yeah, see, I totally agree, Sierra. Like, I would much rather have the smoothness and the fidelity. That's way less likely to. That getting fucked up is way more likely to impact my experience and my immersion than like not having, fucking ray tracing or whatever. I set up a new room, Steve. Same password, 8888.
Chris, I'm with you.
Exactly.
VR solves a lot of problems.
Yep.
But for some things it doesn't. And if it drops below 40, then it's completely pointless. But for the most part, I agree with you. I would go visual with VRR, so like an uncapped frame rate if possible, which is what Ratchet and Clank offers really with that 40 FPS mode.
Get back in
They've
here,
now
Steve.
got, I think, a VRR mode.
Get back in here, Steve.
It's joining. It's loading.
That's cool.
I have no idea if it's gonna work. There we go.
I want my games
Right.
to look worse and cost less to make by less people, and I'm not kidding. Yeah, for sure. Agreed.
That's Nintendo's games, right?
Yeah, but not really.
You're telling me that this game cost the same amount to make as The Last of Us Part 2?
No, this probably costs less. Right?
Yeah, I know.
Quite a bit
And
less.
It sells more copies.
What's that?
And sells a lot more copies.
Does it?
Yeah, it sold 3.5 million in Japan alone in 2 days.
It's pretty good. Ready up.
Oh shit, sorry.
But yeah.
Yeah, this game has like outsold. I think it outsold the pace of even Mario Kart. It was mental how popular this game is in Japan.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing, right? Is like, it's tough. Like the whole conversation about like how much a video game, like quote unquote, should cost is really, it's hard. It's hard to argue because like, like probably a lot less work went into this game than making The Last of Us Part 1 or like Breath of the Wild, or Tears of the Kingdom or whatever, right? Like, but like, I don't know, right? Like, it's like, where do you draw that line, right? Like, what do you like? Because like, certain games are so profitable that they justify other games being less successful, It becomes this really hard question of like, well, it's like, if you charge less for Splatoon because it took less to make, does that mean they can't afford to, make some other it's like, I don't know. It's not an easy question. It's certainly not cut and dry,
Oh, Chris, we went into depth about The Last of Us. I think it's fine that it exists. I think the price point is a little rich for me. We even brought this up on Steam Deck Podcast this week because you can buy the Uncharted remasters. Like, you get both of them for $50. It's mental.
And see,
I
that's
don't understand that.
That's literally a perfect example of what we're talking about, though, right? Because it's like that definitely costs less to make than The Last of Us Part 1. But like, you want those things to cost the same, even though they didn't cost the same to make, and and we were arguing that it's like, actually, like, I think I'd feel better if The Last of Us Part 1 was 50 and that was 70, right? But like, that doesn't line up with the resources that went into creating them. So it's like, is that how you make the designation? Like, I don't know, like, and it's like, so much of it is dictated by like stores and like things that are becoming increasingly obsolete, where it's like, well, you can't charge less for a boxed game because of all these like market reasons. And it's like, does that eventually change when we don't rely on like the Walmarts and Targets and whatever of the world to like get consoles out? I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's certainly not cut and dry. Cause like, I genuinely think that The Last of Us Part 1 is a product that makes sense to exist, right? Like, in terms of like asking my opinion, right? Like, they added all of the the modern accessibility controls that they like, frankly, I would say revolutionized in The Last of Us Part 2. That game like won so many accessibility awards for having one of the best, set of accessibility tools in like any game. And you've seen,
you still can't pair any other controller other than like DualSense. They don't have like an accessibility controller option like Xbox has. It's in such contrast all the time.
Yeah, I think that's a different thing, though, right? Like, you can't blame Naughty Dog for PlayStation not having that controller, right? Like,
I blame Naughty Dog, but like Sony as a whole, right? It's everything always just seems like mixed messaging and confusing all the time. They never seem to have it nailed down as like a consistent approach.
I mean, I think they have a consistent approach. It's just you want it to be what Xbox does. Right, like their consistent approach is that their solution.
Not necessarily, like the accessibility features aren't consistent across the board. It's like Naughty Dog games have this set, but
Insomniac has copied their sets though, right? Like Ratchet and Clank had many of the same tools. The release of Spider-Man had a lot of those same things. I believe God of War will as well. So yeah, I don't know. Like, I think the consistency is that they solve it software side, not hardware side. I'm not necessarily agreeing with that. I just think that's what they see as being the solution. But yeah. I mean, I definitely agree with you. That I think that is something they should have. The Xbox accessibility controller is really the only, to my knowledge, is the only mass consumer solution for that exists, right? So like, if you're a disabled gamer, like, I don't know, you have to
from Hori.
The Hori pad, right? They collaborated with Hori on that. You're saying?
Yeah. I think there's another one from Hori that works. I think it works on Switch as well.
Yeah, so I mean, like, you'll have to go the third-party option, which, I think is unfortunate, right? But it's also like, I mean, what are we really gonna criticize Sony for that when Nintendo doesn't even have anything?
No,
they have absolutely nothing, right? Like, you can't even like fucking
Nintendo gets away with absolute murder. Like, you can't even change
controller layouts
just for one direction on it.
Or anything, right? Like, you can't change button layouts in most games. They had to patch in the ability for you to invert controls on the fucking Mario collection. Yeah. So it's like, I think it's like I said the other day when we were talking about the Direct. I think you have to like react to the things that they are doing, not criticize them for how they're not doing something else, right? Like, or at least that's.
No, but I think you could. But that's like you can criticize Nintendo for not having any accessibility features. Like that is.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
right.
They're not doing that. They should be.
Yeah, that's what I mean though, right? It's like I think it makes way more sense to take Nintendo to task for having no solution than to take Sony to task for not being, quite as good as Xbox, right? Where it's like, okay, but like, Xbox's game level accessibility controls are not as good as what we've seen from Naughty Dog and Insomniac and the like. So like, it's like I think both of them are innovating in just different ways,
I'd like to see all of that stuff at like OS level at some point, because some of that must be doable at OS level.
That is the case. I think it's on both Xbox and PlayStation, but I know that you can set like system like wide preferences like that, where you can be like, oh, like my preference is always to have the stick inverted on this account. Or like whatever, right? Or like I always want text to speech on. I always want this or that on. They are starting to develop that with like the player profiles and stuff. I can't remember which of the two has it. It might be both of them. But I remember when I was like setting up my consoles, that was something that was available out of the box. So it's definitely something that they're thinking about. That's another thing I've noticed on a software side as well lately is like a lot of games will default to having the accessibility features turned on so that if you are disabled, like you can just use the game out of the box. Whereas like if you're able-bodied, it's super easy to be like, I don't need any of this and just turn it off. Like I think it was Guardians of the Galaxy did that, where out of the box, the text-to-speech just started reading and it was like menu, like, and it was telling me what the options were in case I needed it. And I was like, that's awesome. Like that's a great solution. Okay, yeah, Chris is saying you can set some settings on PS5, so that must be what I'm thinking of. Asobi says, bless Xbox for the adaptive controller. Of course, you can say that they have more people to sell consoles and games to, but I can't imagine the adaptive controller being a big profit to Xbox. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right, is like, I'm sure that the cost to develop it was probably more than the return on it, but I also think that, like, just because they're a business trying to expand their market share and get good press and everything doesn't take away from the fact that, like, it's a good thing, which I don't think that's what you're saying. You're saying the opposite. I agree with you. And then Asobi said, have you guys seen that vibration feature, dialogue feature from that PlayStation is doing in The Last of Us Remake? The controller vibrates to the voices so that deaf people can feel how a dialogue flows, and that's very cool. That's awesome. That's fucking really cool. I have not heard about that.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's really cool.
I love that.
Thanks for stopping by, Timberwolf. We'll see you around here soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, have a good night.
Discord.
Take care. We'll talk to you soon. Yeah, and I know Forza had the sign language mode, which was really cool.
Yeah, just added in like other stuff that you can like add to your character, like hearing aids and things like that.
Yeah.
So you can personalize it so that more like you as well.
Yeah, I feel like we're coming a long way in accessibility in the last couple of years. Like it went from being a thing that really just like it wasn't a talking point, right? And like it just didn't come up, and now it's like every game that's a thing. It's like, oh, what do the accessibility features look like? Like Last of Us 2 winning awards for it and stuff. Like I think that's really positive shit.
Yeah, how the fuck did you manage to shoot through the fucking wall?
Fuck. Oh my god. This team is so fucking aggressive.
chat. There's like 4 of them.
See you later, Chris. Thanks for playing with us. God, this is a sweaty match, dude. Fuck! I swear to God, I can't. I haven't been able to get a single.
I get one of them, and then I get splatted somehow.
Yeah, I was literally about to say the same
I
thing.
don't know what's going on.
I was about to say I haven't had a single fucking exchange where I've gotten a kill and not immediately gotten my ass clapped by somebody else.
Yeah, they're backing each other up so well.
Yeah, yeah.
You'll get a kill in, and then there'll be someone behind them ready to fucking get you.
Yeah. Oh shit. Great. Oh, Jesus Christ. How? How are you everywhere? Seriously? Like, what the fuck? Totally ripped. It's all good, Banana. Thanks for coming and playing with us. Asobi said, while on the topic, I want to recommend the channel Slightless Combat. The dude is blind and doing Let's Plays and sometimes streams playing games. Started with Mortal Kombat and Gears 5. Now he's doing all kinds of games since more and more are having good settings for him. And it's very insightful to see that stuff in action. And he's better at Gears 5 Horde mode than I'll ever be. That is awesome. I'll definitely check that out, dude. I'll take the opportunity to also recommend Steve Saylor. He's known as the Blind Gamer. And he is vision impaired, and that's a big part of his content is talking about accessibility and kind of like, you know, what it's like to play games as a person with vision impairment. Yeah, really cool stuff. And then, you know, if you're interested in helping folks out, there is, of course, also Able Gamers, the charity. That's their whole bag is providing resources for folks who are, you know, have whatever disability to be able to play games in a way that is optimized for, you know, for what they're able to do, right? Like, I know he's talked a lot about how, like, they'll have people who can only use one finger or they can only use their feet or something like that, and they'll help them get a custom setup that'll allow them to play games, which is, I think, awesome. Really, really cool. Because, you know, I don't know, it's like something we talk about a lot here is like, I think gaming should be for everybody. I think it's such an enriching hobby, and it's something that has brought a lot of positivity and joy to my life, and, you know, of course, helped me connect with, you know, folks like Steve and folks in the community, and, you know, made friends all over the world, and just a lot of really good positive stuff has come to my life from video games, and it bums me out to think that there are folks who feel like it's not for them or like it can't be for them because there aren't those solutions that they need to be able to enjoy it, you know? So, yeah, I love to see people like Steve Saylor and Steven Spawn and, you know, Able Gamers out there, you know, championing the cause. Steve, did I lose you?
You did for a bit, sorry.
No, it's all right. I noticed you weren't in the game, and I was like, I'm vamping, and Steve's not even doing his
I went to get bread. I thought I'd be able to get it before I got back, but...
That's all right. Asobi said, oh, man, you're reminding me of those videos Xbox did where they first revealed the adaptive controller, and yeah, oh, my God, that was awesome. That was so beautiful. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Asobi. I think, honestly, it's why I get so bummed out when, you hear these stories of, like, quote unquote fans, right? Like harassing developers and spreading toxicity and hate and all that shit is like, man, like for me, video games have been such a positive force for good in my life, and it bums me out that there are folks out there that don't treat the hobby that way, or try to weaponize it against people or whatever, right? Like, that's, to me, there's no space for that, which is why it means so much to me that we've been able to cultivate a community that's not like that, because, I think what we've built here is like a place that really strives to be welcoming and inclusive, and, it's like, I don't care who you are, as long as you're a nice person and you're down to fucking game, then you can rock with me. Yeah, so we definitely give him a shout out. That'd be awesome. All right, Steve. What do you say? You ready to call it a night here, or should we hop on for one more?
I'm in the queue for one more. If you want to do one last round.
I'm in. Let's do one more and we'll call it.
And then I'm gonna have some cheese on toast.
Lovely. All right. All right.
No tomatoes, unfortunately. So I can't do Tamba's tomato toast.
All right. I am ready once a spot opens up. So you're in a match right now, then?
No, it says please wait. You'll join the next battle when a spot opens.
That's what it says to me too.
Oh, well then, sod it then. Don't bother. Cancel.
All right, we'll make another one.
It's broken.
That's fine. We'll start another one. Get at least one more in. Here, I'll make a room. Okay. Join me. Yeah, that was a good clip.
Sorry, but the room you're trying to join has been closed.
What? It's still open. Hold on. I'm going to send you an invite.
Okay, right. Let me try again.
Steve, who's Kill Bowie?
Someone that raided us before.
Okay, let's say we follow him on Twitch. I was looking for somebody to raid after this. And I was like, I don't recognize this name. I'm sure.
It's a Scottish guy, if I remember correctly.
Cool. Well, great.
Oh, there you go. So we recommended him.
Chill. Awesome. You didn't even have to remind me to raid this time, Asobi. I'm ready for the next. Yeah, I saw he's playing some BioShock. Very cool. So we
nice.
can do that after.
That's in the humble bundle this month. They're doing a 2K.
Oh, really?
Mafia and like BioShock.
Tight.
BioShock collection. I'm thinking of picking up. It's like 18 quid for all of these games.
Are they Steam codes?
Yeah, they're all Steam codes.
Ooh, baby.
You know you're in for a good time when there's a player called Player.
When there's a what player?
There's a player called Player.
I had a game I was playing on launch day where it was somebody who was named Player, and I was like, oh, it's a new player, and they were clearly a very seasoned Splatoon 2 player because they were fucking kicking ass. They were just demolishing people, and I was like, oh, okay, never mind, you're awesome. Like,
yeah, Player is a fucking badass.
Oh. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! No! Oh, fuck! I almost got away. Oh, yes, player avenged me. This game is so much fun, man.
Yeah, I love Splatoon.
It was so funny. Sarah was watching me play this the other day, and she was like, man, this is the fucking weirdest game, isn't it? And I was like, yeah, it really is. It's like a fucking fever dream. Like,
It's really cool, though.
so there's these kids, right? And they're squids. It's like, all right, shit.
Or octopuses now.
Yeah, that's what I play as.
Is it worth picking up then, Asobi, just for Mafia Definitive Edition? I've never played any of the Mafia games.
I avenged
Where are
you.
you, player?
I avenged you, Steve.
Thank you.
Are you like, I hit that guy with a bomb? Like, why? Why did that do nothing?
I don't know. I feel like it's glitching out at times. Like, I've killed someone and then died after they're dead. How is that possible?
I've definitely had that happen to me too. Where it's like you both just kill each other and it's like, oh, I'm pretty sure I got your ass. Like, why did that happen?
Yeah. Oh, I loved LA Noire. LA Noire is one of my favorite games. It's dumb and like silly, but I really like it.
I just wish the pacing was better. Like, I was really enjoying it when it was new, and then it was just like, you hit a point where it's like, damn, I'm really still doing the same shit, huh? That was not my favorite.
I replayed it when it came to Switch and I had a good time with it.
I remember that. Anyway, this was a blast. Steve, thank you for joining me.
No worries, thank you.
Big thanks to everybody who came and hung out. Thank you to everybody who played with us, everybody who tuned in. If you guys are watching this later on the YouTube channel, thank you for watching here on FlipScreen Live. Make sure you give us a like, a share, and subscribe. Click the notification bell. We have a lot of content coming to the channel. Sorry it was quiet here for a bit, but we've got a lot of videos that'll be coming up in the next couple days, weeks here. I got plenty of them in the backlog now. So, yeah, keep your eyes peeled here and make sure you turn on notifications. And if you are live on Twitch, we're about to go raid over on Kill Bowie, who is playing some Bioshock 2. Absolute banger. So make sure you're kind. Tell him we sent you and be nice. And, yeah, we'll catch you next time for another stream. Thank you, babies. Love you. Say bye, Steve. There you go. Good job.
Bye. Bye, Steve.
Oh, no, it didn't work. Hold on. Hold
I'll do it.
on. You got it? Did you do it?
Goodbye. What's his username?
Oh, it's Kill Bowie with one L. That's the problem. That's the problem.
Oh.
That's the problem. Hold on. We're going to try again.
Here we go. There we go.
There we go. All right, everybody. You guys have a good night. Stay safe. Stay sane. And make sure you give Bowie some love. Take it easy.